Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and if it's not, hopefully this video will cheer you up because I'm going to be talking about some pretty exciting stuff that's going to be happening in Pokemon GO this week. And to kind of preface this, I kind of wanted to draw your attention to a video that I uploaded a couple of days ago. It was kind of a vibe check video where I talked about what the current state of Pokemon GO is from my point of view. And there has been some really good discussions in the comments that really highlight how most players are feeling when it comes to Pokemon GO. So definitely go and check it out if you haven't done so already. There has been a lot of really great discussions within the comments section, and I really do think that we need to continue having these discussions because the future of Pokemon GO is kind of unknown at this point. But at the very least, this week is looking to be pretty good. I do think there's a lot of exciting stuff that is going to change the way players perceive Pokemon GO. And the reason why I say that is because this week is going to be the first ever wild area event. Now, this is not going to be the global event, that's going to be the next week, but this week is going to be the first ever live in-person wild area event over in Japan. And I think there's going to be a lot of huge gameplay implications with that event. On top of this being the very first wild area event that we're ever getting, it's going to really set the temperature for how Pokemon GO is going to be moving forward. I've always been in support of these large-scale in-person events because I've always had an incredible amount of fun, and I feel like that's the one thing Niantic always gets right. At the very least, recently they've been always getting them right, and with the Go Tour events and the Go Fest events being as successful as they've been, I think the Wild Area event is also going to be a really good time, especially for all of you who are going to be attending the event in Japan. And for all of you, I'm really jealous because I was not able to get my tickets in time, and I've just been very busy with life, so unfortunately, I will not be in Japan, but for a lot of you who are, I'm guessing it's going to be a really good time. So yeah, definitely keep us informed of how things went, and I really hope when it comes to Niantic, they make it as smooth as possible with no bugs and no issues. I think that's really going to determine whether or not this event is going to be successful. But for the rest of us, there's a lot of other things that we could look forward to this week outside of this event, and I really do think for what it's worth, there's quite a few things that we as the Pokemon GO community need to actually appreciate. So let's talk about everything that's going to be happening this week. Alright, first and foremost, let's start off with the Simply Groundbreaking event, which is going to start on Friday, November 15th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time. This is going to be the first ever event that's going to be featuring the debut of a Dynamax Pokemon, and I'm personally really excited about this, and I think it's actually going to be a very important event, mainly because Dynamax Exadrill is going to be essential for some of the content that will be in the Wild Area event. In particular, those Toxtricity Dynamax battles and Gigantamax battles are going to require a really good Dynamax ground type, and Drillbur definitely fits the bill. Now, there's going to be no other in-game event that's going to be happening this week, except for the continuation of the Harvest Festival event, which is going to end tomorrow, Tuesday, November 12th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. So make sure you fully utilize the bonuses and the event spawns from that event. You do not want to miss out on some of those bonuses, especially leading up to the Wild Area event. Speaking of which, this Saturday, November 16th, is going to be the first ever live in-person Wild Area event, which is going to be happening in Japan. And for anyone who is lucky enough to actually attend this event, I really hope it ends up being a blast because I really want the Wild Area event to actually succeed and be something that will be a yearly event. Next up, let's talk about the raiding content. We are, of course, going to have a continuation of Lugia in 5-star raids, which of course means this Wednesday's raid hour is going to be featuring Lugia once again. But considering that Lugia is still somewhat relevant when it comes to raid battles and PvP, especially with Lugias that you catch nowadays because they have Aeroblast, I do think you should continue to raid Lugia at least until you get yourself a 100% IV. Next up, let's talk about what's going to be in Mega Evolution raids. Starting this Monday, actually today, we're gonna have Mega Salamence in Mega Evolution raids, and that is actually a very good Mega Evolution. And then of course, we are going to have the continuation of Shadow Suicune in 5-star Legendary Shadow raids on the weekends. If you still do not have one of these, then it might be worth doing maybe 1 or 2 of them, but I wouldn't necessarily break your bank of raid passes because it's not going to be relevant in any form of gameplay within Pokemon GO. Next up, let's talk about what the Spotlight Hour is going to be. It's going to feature the Pokemon Smoliv, and the bonus is going to be a 2x evolution experience bonus. So if you're looking to get experience for your trainer levels, then this is going to be a pretty decent Spotlight Hour. And then on top of that, Shiny Smoliv did debut with the Harvest Festival event, so this could be a great opportunity for you to pick up that shiny. And then finally, let's shift gears and talk about PvP. These are going to be the leagues that will be available in the Go Battle League. Starting on Tuesday at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, you're going to have the Ultra League as well as the Willpower Cup, which is going to be a specialty cup where you could only use fighting types, psychic types, and dark type Pokemon. The PvP season is coming to a close really soon, so I do suggest you try to get a team together for either of these cups and increase your rating as much as you can while you still can. Hopefully things will pan out really well, especially with that wild area event that's happening in Japan. I really do hope that goes well because it's definitely going to set the vibe. It's going to set the temperature for how the global event is going to be. And with the global event, I really do hope that succeeds, honestly. I did mention it in that vibe check video, but I really do think that everything that's they're saying on paper is going to be pretty fun. And when it comes to these live in-person events, these big major events like the Go Tour event and the Go Fest event, like they tend to do those really well. So I hope they continue that with this wild area event. I really do hope it ends up being a smashing success because having more of those is something I am fully in support of. I do understand that they tend to be very expensive, like getting the complete experience for one of these events is very pricey, especially when it comes to traveling and all that stuff, but I really do think it's one of those things that makes Pokemon Go such a unique experience. It's one of the things that makes Pokemon Go such a unique game. So having more of those, I think, would only benefit Pokemon Go in the future, and I really do hope that the Wild Area event ends up being another thing that we can look forward to every single year. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything that's going to be going on this week down below. What in particular are you excited about, and are you going to be attending the Wild Area event in Japan? If you are, definitely say so, and yeah, let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I am Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.